You're watching East Tennessee weather. Weather when you want it.
And once again, got to switch cameras once again, my friends. Here we go. We'll get it back up and running. For some reason, this program always has me reset my camera. I don't know why it does it, but so here we are. It is Wednesday, April 17th. How's the day going so far? Everyone just up and at it this morning? Have you had breakfast? Have you had your cup of coffee? Grab your cup of coffee. We'll get to work with the forecast for the day today. Then we'll kick back, relax, and have a little bit of chat. Got a sponsorship for this morning as well. But just keep in mind that we are talking about a chance for some isolated strong to severe thunderstorms. I don't think we have a great risk necessarily, but we have quite a bit of energy and atmosphere. We got a lot of fuel to the storms, if you will, that could spark off a couple of isolated showers and thunderstorms. Now, it doesn't look too terribly impressive on the radar so far here at this hour. We've got some showers and storms off to our west over into Middle Tennessee. A couple of rumbles of thunder just to southern west and Middle Tennessee, and that's really about the extent of it so far. But as it swings its way into our area, that's what's going to pop off a few isolated strong thunderstorms. I think the Southern Valley, south of Interstate 40, probably has the greatest risk. Let's talk numbers for just a moment. Yesterday, we made it to 84 degrees, 3 degrees shy of the record, which was 87, set back in, this is an old timer, 1896. How about that one? 79 was the high in Crossville, 86 Chattanooga, and 80 degrees in Tri-Cities. So it was a warm day yesterday. We're going to be trending a little bit cooler today. But generally speaking, tomorrow is going to be another very warm day. Now, the clouds are in place this morning, and temperatures are nice and mild. We're currently sitting at 58 degrees in Purchase Knob with a light wind. Winds out of the west, 12 miles per hour at Look Rock with a current temperature of 71. So a nice warm start to the day there. Newfound Gap's coming in at 53 degrees. I will take you to downtown Gatlinburg, and a little bit of activity going on down there. Nice, quiet, dry conditions, mostly cloudy, and 68. And for folks joining us from Karnes and Hardin Valley, northwest Knox County, again, mostly cloudy skies. Maybe a couple of sprinkles here this morning. Got a little bit of moisture swinging its way on into the area, but for the most part, that should be evaporating before it hits the ground. That's also known as virga. So that's rain evaporating before it reaches the surface. All right, let's talk temperatures this morning. As we get out the door, it feels good. If you haven't let the dogs out yet, if you have pets, it's a nice morning to let them walk around the backyard and hang out, grab your cup of coffee. We are trending warmer this morning, 8 to 10, 11 degrees warmer than what we were yesterday morning. So when you look at the numbers, we're in the 60s and 70s. Right now, we're in the 60s and 70s. Our average highs for this time of year are in the low 70s. So we're like literally 1 degree shy of our average high, and it's only 3 minutes after 7. Now, we don't have any fog out there. We do have the clouds hanging out with us, but no visibility issues whatsoever to get the morning started. So let's talk weather headlines for a moment. We are going to see mostly cloudy skies. Isolated strong to severe storms are possible, not severe, but severe storms. It will be partly cloudy and mostly dry on Thursday, but then another round heads our way Thursday night, tomorrow night, into Friday morning, at which point we'll be talking more about that here in a moment. And then as we get into the weekend, we're talking about some cooler, more seasonable temperatures to arrive. So here's the forecast for the day. Storm Prediction Center has put us under a level 1 risk for severe weather. So that means isolated in nature. Now, we've got the atmosphere that's conducive to produce severe weather, but again, I don't think it's going to be far widespread by any stretch of the imagination. A little bit of virga, a little bit of sprinkle activity this morning, but as we get into the late morning, early afternoon, so I'd say anytime after about 11 o'clock this morning, especially south of Interstate 40, start to stay weather alert. Check it on the interactive radar with the East Tennessee Weather app. We'll walk you through that product once again. But those storms will stay further to our south. So again, I do think the Southern Valley gets the majority of it. But as we get into the 3 o'clock hours, still have quite a bit of energy in the atmosphere that we could tap into across the mountain counties from Tri-Cities, Greenville, Pigeon Forge, Maryville, Sweetwater, and Tellico Plains. And so again, anytime after about 11 o'clock today through about 3 or 4 o'clock this afternoon, we could have a chance for seeing an isolated strong to severe thunderstorm. As we get into sundown tonight, the storms come to an end and we should have a nice evening. Should be a nice night to take a nice little walk after dinner time. Did you see my post yesterday? Family and I went for a nice little after dinner walk through the neighborhood. If you walk our neighborhood there and back, literally it's like 1.4 miles. It's actually a decent straight shot. It's a weird stretch through the neighborhood. All right, so the heaviest rain is going to be across the Southern Valley. Again, south of Interstate 40, I think we'll see the heaviest rain. That's where we could see some of the strongest storms. Let's talk temperatures now. It is on the warm side here to get the morning started. We have temperatures in the 60s and 70s, so it's not going to be a rapid warm-up. We're already warm. We should be in the mid-70s by lunchtime, at which point the showers and thunderstorms will start to fire up. Our goal today is going to be in the mid to upper 70s, but sometimes when you get those late morning, early afternoon storms, depending on how they all present themselves, sometimes we just can't get the atmosphere to recover during the peak heating of the day. So if that takes place, we may be even cooler than the mid to upper 70s that we're forecasting. It just kind of depends on what the storms do and how much they linger and eat the daytime heating for the day. But the goal today is going to be in the mid to upper 70s. We'll just call it mid 70s, generally speaking. And it's going to be a nice evening. Again, the storms will come to an end between 6 and 10 o'clock tonight, and the temperatures will come down into the upper 60s. Now, let's talk wind. The storm system will have some wind with it. So, yes, it is going to be another breezy and gusty day today. We are talking winds to be approaching anywhere from about 28, 25, maybe gusts up to 30, but no wind advisories issued by the National Weather Service. Then as we head into tonight, into Thursday night and Friday. So when you look at the Storm Prediction Center, it will say it goes for a 24-hour period. That's why I have Thursday and a Friday on the banner. So this goes from 7 a.m. Thursday through 7 a.m. Friday. But again, you got to look at the rest of the story. So the rest of the story is that most of the day, Thursday, tomorrow, is going to be great. It's going to be warm, it's going to be breezy, and we're likely to stay mostly sunny. Well, then what are you talking about? Oh, watch this. As we approach midnight tomorrow night, here comes another cold front, another storm system. So that's going to bring us a chance for a few isolated strong and severe thunderstorms after sundown or likely after bedtime. Now, I don't think most of the area sees severe weather, but it's always a good idea to have those the notifications, the alerts set up with the East Tennessee Weather app. So if you are sleeping, your phone goes off. It lets you know exactly what's going on. But again, I don't think we'll have anything major severe tomorrow night, but we do have a chance for a couple of isolated strong to severe thunderstorms. So when you look at your 3-day forecast, we are going to see, and again, the heaviest rain is going to be across the Southern Valley through 7 o'clock tomorrow night. So if you checking out your 3-day forecast, 77 degrees on today. Today is Wednesday, I suppose. It's hump day, baby. Halfway through the work week. 85 tomorrow. So near records, but no records. Most of the records tomorrow are in the 90s, but we'll be in the mid-80s. And then we'll drop down into the mid-70s to wrap up the week with a little bit more unsettled weather, again, heading our way as we get into next week. Let's take a quick break, and let's go back to the graphics here for a second. Got to fix that. And so, again, the big story is, let's go to the chat for a second. Let's see how everyone is doing this morning. Do you have your cup of coffee? Feels good this morning. Doesn't it feel amazing to get the day started? I think it's just one of those days that it feels good this morning, and I think we will continue to see some nice, quiet weather. Now, again, as we get into the weekend, we will be trending a little bit on the cooler side, but more seasonable weather is really going to be the story on into the upcoming weekend. So we'll be highlighting that in a little bit more detail coming up in just a moment. But any good news with anybody today? Good morning, Mike, and everyone from Newport. What is the weather forecast for Nashville? My daughter has to go today. Oh, boo. I hate goodbyes. Hellos are amazing. Goodbyes are terrible. I'll walk you through that once again here, Eva, but hopefully you saw that. It does look like, I'll show it to you on the big picture here in a moment because you'll see how these storms are going to push through Nashville. But I don't think it's going to be anything crazy. When is she going to be leaving? Let's ask you that question. When is she going to be leaving to head back? Or maybe that's dependent on what I say, I suppose. What's Newport look like about 1:30 today? Newport 1:30, probably going to have some showers and thunderstorms, Katrina. So I think, and we have some pretty good fuel that's going to bank right up against the mountains. Let me show you a graphic. This will give you an idea of what I'm talking about when I say fuel. So when I talk about fuel, I talk about energy in the atmosphere, also better known as CAPE. And so that's convective available potential energy. And so when you look at that, let's get this on here, right here. This will give you an idea of why I'm talking about storms firing across the Southern Valley. All right, so this is your potential energy, storm energy for the day today. And as we roll it into time, not much energy out there this morning. Noon, probably not much activity. But as we heat up the atmosphere, here comes our storm. And again, it could just spark off a little bit of activity. So again, it doesn't look like it's going to be much. Actually, this is the latest model guidance, and it looks like it's taken a lot of that storm potential energy out of here for the day today. So we'll see how that plays out. This is just one model forecast. As we go into our Thursday, we have a lot of energy in the atmosphere during the day because it's going to be warm and quiet and dry. But as the storms approach you, we lose that energy. A lot of the times you'll get that convective available energy during the daytime hours. As we heat up the atmosphere, you get that potential energy. We start to get the atmosphere is available to rise or climb or freely rise on its own. But a lot of times when we get storms at nighttime, you lose that potential energy. And so we lose the threat for severe weather usually past sundown. And that's why it's whenever we get storms to fire up in the middle of the night, typically, they're not as severe as if they were to fire up to, between 3 and 7 o'clock during the daytime hours. And so, but I'll take you to the big picture coming up here in just a moment. We'll get back to work with the chat here in a second. But again, let's give a big shout out to our advertiser here this morning. I don't know why it's changed sizes again. Let's change this up. For some reason, this computer system, I'm getting a new program. So that's going to make things a lot easier in the coming days. Right now, I'm using a free one. But I'm going to pay for a paid version. But anyways, there is today's sponsorship, and it is Volunteer Home Mortgage. Now, Volunteer Home Mortgage is a local mortgage company. Now, they offer mortgages not just for us here in East Tennessee, but across Georgia and also Florida. So give Jerry and her team a call today. They're available 7 days a week, and you can give them a call at 865-238-7500. They've got a slew of mortgages. And listen, if you're just curious about, maybe you're potentially trying to buy a house, maybe you're a new homeowner, she's the person definitely to call to get an idea of what you should do and how it should all work and how it all plays out. And Jerry is the nicest person ever. So give Jerry and her team a call today at 865-238-7500. All right, let's talk rain chances here for a moment because the rain chances do ramp up. Again, notice Friday. Now, remember, I always tell you that looking at probability of precipitation, percentages that we show you on the forecast, those are probabilities. That never tells you the whole story. Now, if you were to look at Friday and see an 80% chance of rain, what would you do? Would you cancel any plans that you had? I bet you would. Or at least you'd be like, oh, great. Friday's going to be a rainy day. There goes my day. Not totally true. Because remember, we're talking about the Storm Prediction Center giving us a probability of or a chance for severe storms, like with their risk, and it's a 24-hour period. Probabilities, more of the same. If it's after midnight, the probability increases for that day, for Friday. So let's show you what it looks like on the big picture because it's not going to be all day Friday. Friday afternoon, Friday evening should be just fine. So here's that risk for severe storms. If you have any sort of travel plans throughout the day today, Ohio, Michigan, and also Kansas City has the greatest risk for strong to severe thunderstorms. It's all associated with this cold front. Low pressure is up across the Great Lakes, but dragging a cold front into our area. We've got some quite a bit more moisture right ahead of the cold front, but where we see that delineation from moisture to dry air, that's really what's going to help to spark off the storms throughout the day today, plus a little piece of energy in the atmosphere. It's not necessarily that a cold front's going to come racing on through the area. That's not the case. It's just upper level energy that's going to move on through. And also some lingering outflow boundaries that we had from storms yesterday. What's an outflow boundary? It's a mini tiny cold front that gets produced by thunderstorms. And so sometimes they'll linger for a day or two in an area and they'll move, okay? But they're invisible. They're little tiny miniature cold fronts that you can't see. But what they do act as a focus for showers and thunderstorms to refire back up that day. And that's potentially what could be happening throughout the day today. Tomorrow, we also have a risk for severe storms back to our west as another boundary moves its way into the area. So we'll have a warm front swing on through. We'll see mostly sunny skies tomorrow and then increasing clouds. But remember, we have that risk for severe storms, and we saw that probability of precipitation for 80% on Friday. Watch this. There's a storm system 7 o'clock tomorrow night. It's going to be west of the Mississippi River Valley. That's where we have the greatest risk for severe storms. As we head through the into midnight, this would be midnight tomorrow night, so 12 a.m. Friday, right? Makes sense. That's always a weird thing to say and try to communicate. But the storm's going to be blowing through Nashville tomorrow night. And then they'll move their way through East Tennessee. So, yes, Friday morning is going to be a soggy side start to the day. But notice by 7 o'clock in the morning rush hour, kids heading off to school, most of the rain's probably going to be on out of here. So again, you just can't look at the rest. You got to look at the rest of the story when you look at percentages. Don't ever let those percentages dictate what you do and do not do. And then that risk for severe storms moves from Birmingham, Atlanta, Charlotte into Raleigh. Rainfall totals for this system. Here's storm system number 1, and then storm system number 2 tomorrow night and Friday morning comes racing out of the upper Midwest. It's going to produce more heavier rain west, right along the Mississippi River Valley, but here locally, I think generally speaking, about a half an inch of rain, maybe pockets of an inch in some locations, but. Again, it's not going to cause any. I don't think it's going to cause any major issues. It's going to be warm tomorrow, so 77 today, 85 tomorrow. That's going to be nice. 76 on Friday, so nice, seasonable. We're going to do that again on Saturday. Sunday, we're going to be a little bit on the cooler side, down to 62 degrees. And you're like, uh-oh, what about those morning lows? Let's talk about them. Those morning lows do not look like they're going to be down in the 30s. Looks like we'll be in the 40s, 50s, and 60s for morning lows. Remember this little pocket of cooler air that we're talking about for the upcoming weekend that slides its way on out of here. And then as we round out the month of April and head into the month of May, maybe we will be trending above average once again. And if you like what you see on the East Tennessee Weather app, or if you don't have the app, go to the Google Play Store or the App Store today. Search East TN Weather, all one word. Look for the orange TN and the white lightning bolt. It's right there at the top. If you search East TN Weather, all one word. Got access to the only local 24-hour weather channel here in town. Access to your daily forecast. I do a 1 minute with Witcher up there as well. If you don't want to spend a bunch of time, you just want the basic information from a trusted source. I also have that on the app and on the website. But the interactive radar is going to be a great tool. And make sure you turn on your notifications. Listen, we're in springtime, so you should have those notifications turned on for safety reasons in and of itself. But remember that the notifications go wherever you go. So if you travel for your job, if you have friends and family members anywhere, you can also check that out and stay on top of the weather situation anywhere in the U.S. All right, did you get the answers? Did you get your answers about timing? Katrina said she loved yesterday. Yesterday was amazing. Katrina said she had a hummingbird show up yesterday. Nice. I almost read that wrong. I thought you had a hummingbird show. I didn't read the rest of it, but then it was a hummingbird show up. It would have been cooler if you had a hummingbird show. Hey, by the way, checking that time so you don't run late. It's 7:17 this morning. Let's see what else we got going on here. It's going to be a great day, but a few showers and thunderstorms. So keep it in mind if you work outside or if you're doing some golfing today, Lee. Oh, that's nice. Tammy said they spent the day outside picking wildflowers in the yard and riding the four-wheeler. That's so fun. Reminds me of growing up on my dad's ranch. Where my dad lives over in Colorado. He lives on a ranch. And great wildflowers. That's where I learned how to drive. Four-wheelers, side-by-sides. Fishing. Got an awesome trout creek right in his backyard that I grew up fishing in. It's awesome. Is there something that would make the severe weather alert louder? Like something that would wake us up if we were asleep? No. Probably not, unless you have your phone turned up all the way, but then you might get bugged by notifications from other things. I think the greatest thing that you could have in the middle of the night, even though with the technology that we have these days, would be a NOAA weather radio. I think a NOAA weather radio is the greatest thing ever. Like it literally just sits silent, but it's the voice of the National Weather Service when you're not paying attention or sound asleep, i.e., not paying attention, and those are loud and obnoxious. So if you don't have a NOAA weather radio, they're like $20, $25. Man, I don't know. Cost has probably gone up. I have not bought mine for years. I actually have mine on my back shelf right here. Here, I'll go to get, hold on. It's part of my props. So there's a NOAA weather radio. They're not too difficult to program. You can find all the program information online. Midland's a great one to have. But it literally just sits here quietly. I don't even know if it's on. I don't even know if these batteries work anymore. I don't think they do. Maybe. But it's a great tool, and I'm a huge believer in NOAA weather radio, so go pick you one up. You can get them pretty much anywhere. Oh, mine's like clearly breaking. That's how old it is. It's a prop on my set now. What else do you want from me? But those are going to be the best tools for the middle of the night storms. Congratulations, Julie. Her son's first baseball game was last night, and they won their first game, 15-0. Well, they didn't just win; they smoked him. Good morning, Landa. She's got coffee in hand and headed to work at Dollywood, driving the trolleys. Oh, nice. Well, if I ever get on your trolley, you better say hi to me, please. Landa Whitlow. Can't wait to see the guests today. Isn't it crazy how Dollywood, like, we're back up and running? Do you happen to know when Splash Country opens? It's probably soon. I've seen the advertisements for Soaky Mountain. Haven't seen the ones for Splash Country yet. Probably not until what? May? Maybe Memorial Day weekend maybe is when they open up. I'm probably pretty sure it's something like that. You're welcome, Betty. She says, thanks for keeping us up to date. Barbara says, how is Eaton Crossroads looking like today? Thank you very much. Could see some isolated showers and thunderstorms anytime after about 11 o'clock this morning through about 2, 3, 4 o'clock today. And a couple of those storms could become a little bit stronger. I'm not too terribly confident that we'll see anything major, but it is definitely something to always pay attention to. I mean, listen, it's springtime. We got a lot of energy in the atmosphere. So you got to keep in mind. But we are looking at a chance for rain today and a chance for a couple of isolated storms. Scott says, what program are you using and what program are you going to use? Are you tech savvy there, Scott? Scott Irwin's joining us on YouTube this morning. So I currently use OBS for my software. It's free and it's great because you can really kind of do really a lot of things because it's an open source platform. But there's a lot of things that are very cumbersome to get going. So I think I'm going to switch over to a program called Ecamm Live, ECAMM Live. And it's all based for a Mac. And I run my entire show on a Mac system, except for my weather computer that's on a PC. But so Ecamm Live, it's great. You can stream up to 10 live streams at a time for as long as you want. But the really cool thing about it is, Scott, is that I'm doing a Witcher's Weather Watcher, so if you want to become part of a Witcher's Weather Watchers, you can. I just got to take the course with the National Weather Service and send me that certificate. But what's cool is I can bring 10 guests into my live broadcasts just like that. And it's just so intuitive and so easy to work. Everything that I've worked on and everything that you see on the platform right now, I've done through OBS, and it's taken a lot of work to do, a lot of layering, a lot of building. I literally have built everything that I'm doing on this new platform in like 2 or 3 days rather than like 6 months. So Ecamm Live is what I'm going to be switching to. And what's really cool about it too is I could literally grab your chat and individually put them on the screen. So if somebody's got a great question, I can put it on the screen. You'll be highlighted on the broadcast better than what you're seeing right there with the chat up there. But this is all I can do for the time being. So I'm going to be working through that. So, Scott, do you happen to know anything about Ecamm Live or OBS? Kimberly says, anyone want to meet Katrina, Sandra, and myself for lunch tomorrow? What's tomorrow? I think I did get your messages, by the way. I didn't ignore them. What's tomorrow? Thursday? Where are you guys going? Where are we going? I could probably join you. I might be able to join tomorrow. Let me know where you're going. Let everyone know in the chat where you're going. See who's interested. I'm interested. Me. I've not met Sandra, and I've not met Katrina. So it'd be kind of nice to meet y'all. And if you want merchandise, if I do come meet you, just let me know. I'll just bring it. I'm not going to ship it. Okay? Just an FYI. Katrina, Sandra, Kimberly. Well, Lee's going to be working at the golf course today, but make sure everyone stays off the golf course, obviously, Lee, when the lightning shows up. I've checked my messages, but just tell me where we're going to go. Down Home Country Restaurant in Rutledge at 2:30. That sounds amazing. Let's see how far of a drive that is for me. But I would like to join you. Maybe I could coordinate this right, where I could go, because I need to try to get my Maynardville camera live. That's the other thing about that Ecamm Live, Scott, is that I'm able to bring in my live cameras. So I've got now 4 cameras that are live. We're working on YouTube. We're working on the website. We're working on the app, but I've got 4 cameras that are live. Going to go install a piece today for my 5th one. And then my 6th one will be Maynardville. Just need to get a piece of equipment up there. So maybe if I can get a hold of Maynardville Courthouse, I'll drive right through there to get to Rutledge, and I can come meet you guys for lunch, and I can make it a twofer. So I'll hit you up. I'll let you know. What time are you all meeting? Oh, you're meeting at 2:30. 3. 2:30. 3. Which one is it, ladies? You're going back and forth. Which one is it? Is it 2 or is it 3? Come on, ladies. Come on. Mm-hmm. That's what I think about your chat going on here. You guys don't even know what time you're meeting. Mel says, what time? Somebody pick a time. Anyone want to go? Let's see. 2:30, 3. 2:30. Okay. I'll go, but is it 2:30 or 3? I live close. Mel, like she's in the same boat as me. Come on, Katrina. Come on, Kimberly. Come on, Sandra. Let's get your act together here this morning. Once again. Don't fail us, ladies. Oh, my gosh. Well, hello, Wendy. How are you this morning? She says, hi, Mike. AJ says, so do I leave the Jeep top down or put it up? If you're talking about today, I would put it up. If you're going into the shop, AJ, which, by the way, I'll try to get out there. Are you working today, AJ? I still need to get out there and get all your stuff set up because I believe you start Monday, 865 Candles. So a great little shop in South Knoxville. They're going to be doing some advertising for a month with us, and so they're going to be doing some Wake Up with Witchers, and I'll have some of their products in the studio to highlight and show you what they have, along with some videos as well. Yeah, Kimberly says, take your top off, but keep your windows rolled up. Easy, Kimberly, easy. Oh, so maybe we need to get together for Tina's retirement. She's retiring on May 9th. She goes, it would be cool if I could go, but she's not retired yet. She goes, perhaps a group of us can get together next month. I could even bring Betty if she wants to go. So you know Betty Helm, do you? This is amazing. What's up, Vince? Marianne has a NOAA Weather Radio. Good for you. Good for you. They're great. They're great. They sit there quietly. Just leave it plugged in. Have batteries just in case you lose power, but... huge fan. You know, it's almost like World War II technology a little bit, just like tornado sirens, because we have so much more technology now. But if you silence your phone at night, if you don't let notifications come in while you're sleeping, which I don't, because then we'd be woken up all night long, then your cell phone's really not going to allow you to get that information. So that's where the NOAA Weather Radio comes in handy. They're fantastic. Scott says, thanks. Yes, I am. I says, talking about OBS and stuff. Thanks for the insight. I have used OBS, and I have looked at Ecamm, Train Spotter, and active East Tennessee Skywarn District 5. OBS can be yes, it can. It can be a PETA. That's for sure. Thanks for typing PETA. So, Scott, if you are a Skywarn Storm Spotter and you want to become part of the Witchers Weather Watchers, so what I'm doing is I'm gathering a group of people, weather people, who go through the Skywarn Storm Spotter program, become certified. Once you get your certificate, email it to me, mike@easttnweather.com, and I'll add you to the list of storm spotters. And so then you'll get a group text message, and I'll send you out a link, and each one of you will get an individual link. And so you'll want to hang on to that link, because anytime severe weather moves in, as I'm live, I'll see you pop in. You could chime in anytime during my broadcast, and I will see you pop in, and then I could take you to air and say, okay, we got Scott joining us right now. Okay, we've got Tom joining us right now. Okay, we have 3 of us. I can add 10 of us at a time. So if that's something you're interested in, Scott, send me an email with your certificate, mike@easttnweather.com. I'd love for you to join the product and the conversation. And we're going to be getting T-shirts and hats. They're free. if you become a part of a Skywarn Witchers Weather Watchers. So I'm working on the design right now. They've got it working on. So Cody sent me some great ideas. Now I'm taking those ideas to a professional. Not that you're saying, I'm not saying you're not a professional, Cody, but we're going to take it to a professional graphic artist, get them to design some really cool shirts for us. We'll make a hat as well. And so, little incentive. You get some free merch. I don't know. And you get to be on the broadcast. Mike, can we do a meet and greet and at a lake? Well, why would we not? I think, who's got the boat? Tina or Katrina? Katrina, I think you've got the boat. I don't know anybody else with a boat. Well, I mean, I know lots of people with the boats, but maybe not big enough for a meet and greet. I haven't met Mel yet. No, you're right, Mel. I haven't met you yet. But I didn't know you were going to possibly go to lunch until just a second ago. Katrina, you want me to bring you an umbrella? I can bring you an umbrella. I will 100% do that if I show up. If I show up, which I would try to. I'll try to. Should be a great day too. Although, wait a second here, ladies. Wait a second. I can't show up. I can't come. My kids get home from school at 3. And my wife is working tomorrow, I believe. If my wife's not working, then maybe I can come. But if my wife's working, I can't have my kids come home by themselves. They're not latchkey kids. They could be, I guess, but why are you not eating at noon? Like normal people. Why are you not hold on. Oh man, I was gonna try to get something else on there. Okay. Why are you not eating at noon like normal people? There it is. You're going to buy my food? Okay, they're choosing 230 Mel. I think they've decided on 230 Rutledge Down Home Country Restaurant or whatever it's called. Gatlinburg camera has not changed. That truck has been parked there forever. I know. Yes. Well, Lee, hold on a second. They're not on the website or the app yet. Live. But Gatlinburg camera has changed. But the Gatlinburg brewing camera has been offline. They've been doing a bunch of construction over there because they're building out their brewery like big time for distribution, I think, and stuff. So, and the gentleman that one of the head brewers that was helping me, he's on paternity leave. His wife just had a baby. So his wife just had a baby. Oops, that's the wrong one. His wife just had a baby. Yep. Thank you very much. Not my baby. I'm just saying his wife had a baby. So we're working at it, Lee. We're working it. We're almost there, my friend. We are pretty stable. We're very stable now with some of the cameras. And so that should be getting ready to get one at Clinch Mountain Overlook. I'm going to be getting one over at Clinch Mountain. No, not Clinch Mountain. Yes, Clinch Mountain Restaurant. Let's see. Yeah, Clinch Mountain Restaurant. I've gotten approved for one, Mel, at Clinch Mountain Restaurant. Linda wants to know where you guys are all going. Come on, chime in, ladies. Aaron says, I miss my Jeep. Just keep your Freedom tops in the back and you can pop them back on top when the rain comes. I tell you, I'm looking for one. I told Tom to be on the lookout for a Jeep. I'm looking for a CJ5 or a CJ7. Doesn't need to be in great shape. I don't care. It's literally just to cruise around town on the summer days. With that sunshine and the heat blasting in the face. That doesn't need to go fast either. Just back roads. Cody says, I'll go get one of those darn radios. It says, I usually put my phone on vibrate before I go to sleep. Yeah, me too. Actually, I turn mine off. Well, I don't turn it off, but I put mine on silent. And so I do not get alerts in the middle of the night. But the NOAA Weather Radio does. Kimberly, you cannot take the top off your Grand Cherokee. Not going to happen. Good morning, Becky. It's been a while for you. Yeah, Katrina's got the pontoon boat. What are you talking about? Now we can go out and party on the pontoon with Katrina. Ron says, hi, Mike. I found you after WBIR. Yes, you did, my friend. Hey, we do this every day. Everybody, Ron, everybody. So we do Wake Up with Witcher at 7:00 in the morning. I do the forecast right off the bat. We haven't dove into the traffic yet, so I can dive into the traffic here in a second. We usually do traffic, weather, and then we come out and just chat. Go back to the forecast. I answer questions. We talk about events coming up. So just kind of building this big community. Ron, if you are a storm spotter with the National Weather Service, you can join Witcher's Weather Watchers. Or maybe if that's something that you've been interested in, I can send you a link to the National Weather Service online virtual class where you can take the course and then you can become part of Witcher's Weather Watchers. We haven't had any severe weather to become part of Witcher's Weather Watchers yet, which is good news. Because we're building this. We're still building. So, Ron, give me some time. Be patient with me. We've been building this since October. Well, I've been building this for like a year now. But we launched that last October, Ron. And so I've been doing this for over 6 months now. And, Ron, do you have the East Tennessee Weather app? If you don't, go to your Google Play Store or your App Store on your cell phone and search East TN Weather, all in one word. That's everything you need to know weather-wise for East Tennessee. So if you don't have the app yet, I think a lot of folks on here would vouch that the app is pretty awesome. Tell my wife to call in. She's got to make some money around here, Kimberly. Kimberly says, we ain't normal, Mike. Nope, nobody is. And Chris says, what exactly is normal? Nothing. Everybody knows that I'm not normal, that's for sure. What am I implying, Mel? I don't know. What did I say? Kimberly, you got a canoe? I got a canoe as well. We can hook up our canoes up together. Let's go putz around the lake. Have you ever dumped your canoe, tipped it over, and tried to paddle back? I did that in Boy Scouts. I'm drinking coffee, Kimberly. Coffee and water. I'm trying to catch up on the chat here. An M38A1 best Jeep ever, says Paul Rogers. I don't even know what that is. I'll have to look that one up. So Dwayne says, you have a crappy day yesterday. Remember I told him to have a crappy day? In a nice way, they were going crappie fishing. I said, go have a crappy day. It says, my dad and I caught 93 crappies yesterday, including 21 keepers that are now in the freezer. Oh, my gosh. Dwayne, just knocking it out of the park, bud. Next time I will tell you to have a crappy day again. Anybody want to have a crappy day? I'll just tell you to have a crappy day. If you're going to go out and do some crappie fishing. Like for fish, the crappie fish. Like, the crappies. It's a good thing I'm not under FCC rules anymore. Tom says he loves his soft top. Flip it over in the Sunrider. Super easy to close when liquid sunshine starts falling. Love me some liquid sunshine, Tom. Janelle's done spiked my coffee this morning. I wish. It may make the morning go better. Just kidding. I do also have Witcher's Beauties, Ron. Yes, Kimberly, you're right. Mel said, if I had a Jeep, I'd take the doors off and leave the top up. Is that like wearing a sweatshirt with shorts? Or jeans and a t-shirt? Jeans with flip-flops? I mean, if you're going to take it off, take it all off. Not just the doors. This morning is getting out of control. You folks are out of control today. It's 7:39, by the way. We don't have any rain out there right now, but I suppose I could throw up some camera shots so I can show Lee that the cameras are working in downtown Gatlinburg. There it is. See, Lee? There's a truck that's going by right there. Cat normal is overrated. Nobody wants to be normal. Ooh. We're going to get ourselves a little party going on your boat here, Katrina, real soon. We've got kayaks. Anybody have jet skis? See, that's what I really want. I want jet skis because we have lake access from where we live, and so we can be on the lake in 2 seconds. But we have to get to the channel, the main channel, and my canoe's not going to be good enough to be on the main channel, especially during the summertime. I really want jet skis because then I could get out to my friends because I can't get a boat, a big boat. I can't get a normal size boat underneath the train track bridge where I live. Cody says he's never been normal. Nor have I, Cody. Ain't nobody want to be normal. Witcher's weather stations. Here's your weather in your neighborhood. Yes, I can get stations. I have a Barron weather computer, Scott. So I can actually take your individual stations, and I think I can put them into my weather computer. I'm not 100% sure. I think I can. That would be amazing. I'd love to do that. Cody, you all make me happy every single day. Kimberly says, I just love my Witcher family. I mean, this is fun. This makes my day every day. Will it be dry for lunch service in Maynardville? Yeah. Tom? Probably not. I'm sorry. Probably not, bud. Probably going to be raining today. Let me go back. I'll go to the future cast for you, Tom. I'll take it to lunchtime. Here we go. There's now. So we don't have any rain out there right now. Tom, there's lunchtime. Now, this is a forecast model. This is not an exact science now, my friends. But lunchtime could be a little soggy. And maybe a couple strong thunderstorms. So those storms like Pikeville, Dunlap, Whitwell, those are the storms that could fire up and maybe become a little bit stronger or severe. I'm actually going to be heading down to the shed in Maryville, maybe at noon, depending on what these storms do, so I can get that camera up and running live. I've had it there. That was like literally my second camera I think I installed. And still don't have it up and running live because they've got a huge, strong network. It's Harley Davidson. I can't go into their network, and so we've got a way to fix that. So we're gonna try to fix that today. Oh, Cody, I'm not showing up anymore. Cody's wearing a Speedo. Yeah, Cody, go buy us some jet skis. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, Tom, give me your PWS number. Give me your PWS number so I can add that. So TK's Gourmet Food Wagon. If anybody's interested in supporting a local food truck here around town, today's special is handcrafted burgers with a side of water. Tom. Hey, by the way, can everybody give Tom a happy birthday? Wish him a happy birthday. His birthday was on, I believe, Saturday, Tom? His big old birthday. I think we should celebrate Tom's birthday. Here's for Tom's birthday. I don't have a birthday thing, but here's for Tom's birthday. That's what you get, Tom. I can't. There, you guys are going crazy. Horace Maynard Middle School. Thank you, Tom. Where were you? I've already tried to teach you about this, Tom. Are you making burgers though? So he's gonna be at Horace Maynard Middle School for lunch today. Mel says, I rode a jet ski, if that's what it's called, when you go a few feet and flip. How do you flip a jet ski? Like, was it one of the old school standing ones, like that you had the handlebar that came up? If so, those are hard. Those are a lot more difficult than like the sitting down ones. Katrina says, everyone bring you water toys and plan a lake picnic. Ooh, that would be fun. That would be fun. There's your birthday celebrations there, Tom. See, everybody loves you. Big old birthday for Tom. And I'm not talking about Tom Perry. I'm talking about TK's Gourmet Food Wagon, Tom. You rolled over, Mel. That's funny. Tom Perry, I will let you know. I'll reach out to them this morning and see if that's something that we can, if I can get those stations in specifically, that would be amazing. So I'll reach out to the weather company today and see if I can get those in there. I have too much fun with those sound effects. I've got lots of them. I need to add more. I'll go back to the conversation with Katrina and Kimberly, not deciding on what time they're meeting. That's what I think about that, ladies. Kathleen Wilkerson, my neighbor, says, good morning, Mike. Am I going to be able to get my walk in today? Do it first thing this morning, Kathy. I just need an hour, but when is the best time to do it? I'd say either this morning or after dinner time tonight. After about 3 or 4 o'clock today. Probably going to be the best time. We did a nice little walk. Saw your daughter and your granddaughter. Saw all the neighbors. We have a huge neighborhood that's a big walking neighborhood. I shouldn't say huge neighborhood. I mean, it's a pretty big neighborhood, but a huge walking neighborhood. Ooh, new food item. Grilled chicken sandwich with 2 sides. TK's Gourmet Food Wagon. You're the best, buddy. You are the best. All right, let's just highlight the forecast once again. So remember, after about 10 to 11 o'clock this morning, we'll be tracking in some showers and thunderstorms. We are under, let me just go back to this for just a moment. The Storm Prediction Center has put us under a level 1 risk for isolated strong to severe thunderstorms. So they're going to be isolated in nature for sure, but we are going to see the greatest risk for that, I think, as we get into the late morning, early afternoon, at which point after about 2 or 3 o'clock today, we'll start to see that energy slide its way to the southeast. And so still by 3 o'clock today, could have some stronger thunderstorms down by Chattanooga, Cleveland, Saudi Daisy. So I do think that the greatest risk would be south of Interstate 40 and the mountain counties, where we do have a little bit more of that elevated instability, if you will. When you look at your rainfall forecast through the night tonight, we'll pick up about, I'd say, less north of Interstate 40, more south of Interstate 40. And the forecast for the day today, it's going to be a nice warm day, still above average, even though it's going to be cooler than yesterday. But that's still going to make for a nice evening to grill out. I said it yesterday. If you can't do it tonight, maybe sometime this week. If you have a Blackstone and you need to get your propane ready to go, I just talk about these things because these are things that I need to do. I've been trying to get propane, and every time I go to the grocery store or go to Costco or whatever, I forget my propane tanks. And so my Blackstone's sitting out there, and I keep smelling up the house with amazing food smells, but we don't have, hood vent to evacuate. Biggest pet peeve. Can I just tell you something real quick? One of my biggest pet peeves about kitchens is if you have a hood vent that doesn't evacuate the smells out of your house or evacuate anything out of your house, it just pushes it back at the top. Like, what is the purpose of that? It doesn't make sense, my friends. It don't make sense. Anyways, so we don't have one of those hood vents, and so therefore, cooking outside is probably the best bet. So I got to get that taken care of. Maybe I'll do that today too. I got a lot to do today. All right, so winds are going to be gusting throughout the day, so it is going to be a little bit on the windier side. Remember, we do have that risk for strong thunderstorms Thursday night into Friday morning. Thursday is going to be warm and breezy. Katrina said, hey, everybody come out to my boat. Hey, she said, I got to work actually, so Mike, you can take my boat, is what Katrina told me. She said, yeah, just go ahead. I'll give you the keys. Not a problem. Thanks, Katrina. So most of Thursday is going to be quiet and dry, but here's midnight, Thursday night, Friday morning, and here comes our next round of rain. That could also produce a couple of isolated strong thunderstorms across the plateau, and that should be about the extent of it there. 3-day forecast. Again, we're going to see those temperatures mid-80s tomorrow, so near records, but no records expected on Thursday. Showers and thunderstorms Friday, and when you look at your 7-day temperature trend, we will continue to see those temperatures fall back or a little bit below, but right around seasonal averages for this time of the year. Remember, this morning's broadcast was brought to you by Volunteer Home Mortgage. You can visit them online, volunteerhomemortgage.com, or call them at 865-238-7500. They're Maryville's top mortgage broker, but they don't just do mortgages in Maryville. They do it for the entire state of Tennessee, and they don't stop there. Actually, they go to Georgia and Florida. They serve mortgages there. They've got conventional and FHAs and VAs and USDAs and construction repairs and non-QMs and new construction. You name it, they have it. And their folks are available 7 days a week. So if you have any questions, you can call them up. Listen, Your mortgage is your biggest investment. You might as well have somebody on your side, and Jerry and her team are definitely on your side. So give them a call today, 865-238-7500, if you are looking for a mortgage today. You can come purchase my mortgage if you'd like to. I'd like to live mortgage free. I don't think that's a possibility. Anyways, my friends, it is just now 10 minutes. Till 8 o'clock. Actually, I was going to wrap things up, but we never went to the T-Dot cameras. Let's just check it on those real quick. See if there are, see what happens when you get to 7:45, 8 o'clock. Look at all the red out there. Lots of slowdowns on the interstates here at this hour. Let's head over to there's Interstate 40 and Hall of Fame. So that's going to slow you way down here this morning. Yep. Ugh, okay. So see, we should do traffic towards the end of the broadcast, not at the beginning. Here's Interstate 40 and 5th Avenue. And we've got that typical slowdown running through downtown Knoxville. We've got the slowdowns on, this would be Western Avenue and 640. Your typical slowdowns there with folks trying to connect to Interstate 40. You get on 40 from 640 and traffic and volume picks up nicely. And that's around Central Knox County. Not much else going on. No major accidents. We'll check up at the Tri-Cities real quick. Nothing going on up there. And your typical slowdowns in Chattanooga for anybody joining us from Chattanooga. As you get into the downtown area, we've got your typical slowdowns there at 75 and the I-24 junction, which would be pretty typical for this time of the year. Oh, you know what else we didn't do? We didn't do holidays today. Did we do holidays? We didn't do holidays. Let's check it on some holidays. Ready? Here we go. What are the holidays going to be today, folks? What are the holidays going to be? Hey, any guesses? Any guesses? I'll lower the music there a little bit. So it's National Banana Day. National Banana Day, my friends. Bananas are good for you. Good source of potassium. Great, actually, if you ever get cramps in your legs or your feet. They're great for runners after a nice little run. But high in sugar. So if you're trying to lose weight, probably don't eat the bananas. Stay with the other berries, if you will. It's National Crawfish Day. National Crawfish Day. We've got National Cheese Ball Day. I am straight up cheese fest myself. I love me some cheese balls. We've also got National Haiku Poetry Day. Anybody good at haikus? I actually worked with a friend of mine who, or a coworker anyways, who gave a haiku every single day for the morning management meeting. Every single day. Came up with some sort of haiku. If you're good with haikus, throw it on the chat right now. I'll read it aloud. Let's get rid of that commercial. It's National Ellis Island Family History Day. That is cool. Anybody ever been to Ellis Island? I have. The history there is phenomenal and crazy. The history that we have in this country and Ellis Island playing a huge role on that is amazing as well. All right, for those of you that didn't see the chat, remember you can, not the chat, but the East Tennessee Weather app. Remember to track the storms with us with the interactive radar. Nothing going on here right now, but remember, it tells you it goes past 2 hours and into a future cast of 2 hours. So here's your past radar for 2 hours. It pauses at the current hour. And then here's your future cast for 2 hours as it goes ahead into time. So that's going to be a great tool on days like today when we're talking about showers and thunderstorms firing up. All right, my friends, 7:53 right now. We don't have any major accidents out there. We are currently rain-free, but remember that the rain is going to start to fire up in just a moment, or not just a moment, but through the day today. A couple of those storms could become strong to severe, so something to keep in mind. And other than that, we are doing A-okay. It's going to be warmer and breezy tomorrow. Storms again tomorrow night into Friday morning, and then more seasonable, if not slightly below average weather as we head into the upcoming weekend. You can always join me on social media if you have any questions. Remember to go subscribe to my YouTube channel. And if you like the East Tennessee Weather app, share it with everybody that you know. And again, Wake Up with Witcher starts at 7 o'clock tomorrow morning as we head into our Thursday. Thursday is going to be a fantastic day. And if you're interested in having lunch with Katrina or Kimberly or Sandra or Mel or maybe me, they're meeting at 2:30 tomorrow afternoon. We will talk about that on the program again tomorrow morning. So we sure hope you have a great day. I'm going to send you back to the 24-hour weather channel. We'll pick it up from the top. in case anybody missed the forecast and you want to stick around. We do have some late stragglers here this morning, so pick it back up from the top. All right, my friends, we sure hope you have a great day. We'll see you for Wake Up with Witcher bright and early tomorrow morning at 7 o'clock.
You're watching East Tennessee weather. Weather when you want it.
Hi, everyone. Sure hope you have a great day. Looks like we're going to be tracking a line of showers and thunderstorms rolling through today, and it's going to be during the late morning and early afternoon hours. So give me a little bit of time. I'll walk you through the forecast here. Thursday will be partly cloudy and mostly dry, but Thursday night into Friday morning, we've got another round of showers and thunderstorms that will move on through. And then that's secondary cold front's going to be the one that drops our temperatures as we get into the weekend. So the Storm Prediction Center has put us once again under a level 1 risk. That's a marginal risk. When they look at the risk associated with severe weather, it just means that it's going to be more isolated in nature. So maybe a couple of isolated strong to severe thunderstorms. So from now through noon, we've seen a little bit of radar return, but most of that's probably evaporating. The atmosphere is pretty dry in the low levels. But as we get into the lunch hour, here come those showers and thunderstorms. So we'll go from noon to 3. And you'll see how these showers and thunderstorms will fire up. Now, I do anticipate south of Interstate 40 to have the greatest risk for seeing some isolated strong to severe thunderstorms. That's where we have a little bit more storm energy, if you will. And that's going to last through about 4 or 5 o'clock today, at which point the storms will start to come down as we get into the evening commute, dinner, and bedtime tonight. But the Southern Valley is the area where we could see some of the heaviest rain. So maybe pick it up nearly a ½ an inch, third to a ½ an inch there. Everyone else probably not going to pick up nearly as much. So for the forecast for the day today, we start off nice and mild. We're in the 60s. We're going to be in the mid 70s by lunchtime. Our goal today is going to be in the low, mid, and upper 70s. So a little bit cooler than what we had yesterday. Listen, we made it to 84 yesterday. I mean, it was a nice day for sure. So we're going to be in the 70s today thanks to the clouds and the rain. By 6, 8, and 10 o'clock tonight, we'll stay in the 60s and 70s, so not a bad evening. And the other side of the story is going to be the wind. So today, yes, we still have the wind. So not only do we have the showers and thunderstorms, a couple of isolated strong thunderstorms, the wind is going to be cranking, gusting to about 20, 25, maybe upwards of 30, 35 miles per hour at times, but below wind advisory criteria. Then as we go from Thursday into Friday, we have another risk for strong thunderstorms. But hold on. This doesn't tell you the whole story. Watch this. As I mentioned, most of Thursday is going to be on the dry side. So we'll start off with partly cloudy skies. We'll become mostly sunny. It's really going to be a nice Thursday. It's going to be a warm Thursday as well. That's going to be the warm before the storm. And our next storm system approaches late Thursday into early Friday. Watch this. This is midnight. Tomorrow night, here comes our storm. So we go from midnight to 6, 7 a.m., and you can see how that storm is going to blast its way through the area. So we are looking at the possibility of some strong thunderstorms late Thursday into early Friday morning. And then as we get to the day on Friday, we'll see some quieter weather conditions on the way. It looks like we'll be trending on the drier side on into our Saturday. But again, you add these 2 days worth of rainfall up, and we could see some decent rain across parts of East Tennessee. 3-day forecast, we'll go 77 degrees today, 85 tomorrow. And then Friday, we're going to be back into the mid-70s. So tomorrow's going to be another warm and breezy day. Near records, but doesn't look like any records will be broken on into our Thursday. Let's talk rain chances for a second and go to the big picture. Talk about the big picture pattern. By the way, if this is all you care to know and you're good to go for the day, we sure hope you have a great day. Make sure to check back in every once in a while and use the interactive radar with the East Tennessee Weather app. That's going to be your greatest tool as you head off to lunch today and those storms start to fire up. So download it by go to the Google Play Store or the App Store and searching East TN Weather, all one word. Now, Friday is going to bring us some rain early in the morning, remember, and then not much activity expected as we get into the weekend, maybe a little bit of light rain on Sunday. So here's the big picture risk. If anybody travels, the biggest bullseye for severe weather is going to be Kansas City, Columbus, Ohio, up near Detroit, Michigan. But that stretches all the way down the Tennessee Valley associated with this low pressure and this cold front. And you can see how that's all going to work its way through the area. So again, we do have that chance for some strong to severe thunderstorms, isolated in nature, if we can tap in to the energy up in the atmosphere. And then as we go from a Thursday to Friday, there's our next risk for severe weather. The bullseye is going to be St. Louis and Paducah, Kentucky, associated with another storm system that's going to be racing its way out of the Rockies and produce a severe weather risk right along the leading edge of the cold front near the low pressure system. That's the storm that's going to be swinging into our area tomorrow night into Friday morning, and it's going to pack a punch. It's going to be in Nashville by midnight tomorrow night, and then it settles its way into East Tennessee. So it is going to make for a rather soggy start to our Friday morning. morning. So showers and thunderstorms throughout the day today. Showers and thunderstorms again tomorrow night into Friday morning. And then that risk shifts off to our southeast as everything begins to quiet down. But we'll see some decent rain associated with this system. Not a ton, not a major soakers, but some decent rain as these two systems swing their way through the area. We'll likely pick up about, I'd say half an inch to an inch of rain at most. All right, so 85 degrees on Thursday. That's going to be our warmest day. Then we cool into the mid-70s. More seasonable weather on Saturday, below average weather Sunday, Monday. And then we're back to those seasonal averages as we get into our Tuesday. No major cold spells when we're talking frost or freezing conditions. Temperatures stay above freezing all through the weekend. So we've been talking about this cool pocket of air moving its way through, but as we round out the month and start the month of May, we may, no point intended, be trending above average. So we'll see how it all plays out. Again, download the East Tennessee Weather app. Stay on top of the storms that will fire up today and during the overnight hours. Make sure you turn on your notifications and to receive push notifications because that's important if severe weather is moving its way on through. Just go to the Google Play Store or the App Store and search ESTN Weather, all one word.
You're watching East Tennessee weather. Weather when you want it.
Hi, everyone. Sure hope you have a great day. Looks like we're going to be tracking a line of showers and thunderstorms rolling through today, and it's going to be during the late morning and early afternoon hours. So give me a little bit of time. I'll walk you through the forecast here. Thursday will be partly cloudy and mostly dry, but Thursday night into Friday morning, we've got another round of showers and thunderstorms that will move on through. And then that secondary cold front's going to be the one that drops our temperatures as we get into the weekend. So the Storm Prediction Center has put us once again under a level 1 risk. That's a marginal risk. When they look at the risk associated with severe weather, it just means that it's going to be more isolated in nature. So maybe a couple of isolated strong to severe thunderstorms. So from now through noon, we've seen a little bit of radar return, but most of that's probably evaporating. The atmosphere is pretty dry in the low levels. But as we get into the lunch hour, here come those showers and thunderstorms. So we'll go from noon to 3. And you'll see how these showers and thunderstorms will fire up. Now, I do anticipate south of Interstate 40 have the greatest risk for seeing some isolated strong to severe thunderstorms. That's where we have a little bit more storm energy, if you will. And that's going to last through about 4 or 5 o'clock today, at which point the storms will start to come down as we get into the evening commute, dinner, and bedtime tonight. But the Southern Valley is the area where we could see some of the heaviest rain. So maybe picking up nearly a half an inch, third to a half an inch there. Everyone else probably not going to pick up nearly as much. So for the forecast for the day today, we start off nice and mild. We're in the 60s. We're going to be in the mid 70s by lunchtime. Our goal today is going to be in the low, mid, and upper 70s. So a little bit cooler than what we had yesterday. Listen, we made it to 84 yesterday. I mean, it was a nice day for sure. So we're going to be in the 70s today thanks to the clouds and the rain. By 6, 8, and 10 o'clock tonight, we'll stay in the 60s and 70s, so not a bad evening. And the other side of the story is going to be the wind. So today, yes, we still have the wind. So not only do we have the showers and thunderstorms, a couple of isolated strong thunderstorms, the wind is going to be cranking, gusting to about 20, 25, maybe upwards of 30, 35 miles per hour at times, but below wind advisory criteria. Then as we go from Thursday into Friday, we have another risk for strong thunderstorms. But hold on. This doesn't tell you the whole story. Watch this. As I mentioned, most of Thursday is going to be on the dry side. So we'll start off with partly cloudy skies. We'll become mostly sunny. It's really going to be a nice Thursday. It's going to be a warm Thursday as well. That's going to be the warm before the storm. And our next storm system approaches late Thursday into early Friday. Watch this. This is midnight. Tomorrow night, here comes our storm. So we go from midnight to 6, 7 a.m., and you can see how that storm is going to blast its way through the area. So we are looking at the possibility of some strong thunderstorms late Thursday into early Friday morning. And then as we get to the day on Friday, we'll see some quieter weather conditions on the way. It looks like we'll be trending on the drier side on into our Saturday. But again, you add these 2 days worth of rainfall up, and we could see some decent rain across parts of East Tennessee. 3-day forecast, we'll go 77 degrees today, 85 tomorrow. And then Friday, we're going to be back into the mid-70s. So tomorrow's going to be another warm and breezy day. Near records, but doesn't look like any records will be broken on into our Thursday. Let's talk rain chances for a second and go to the big picture. Talk about the big picture pattern. By the way, if this is all you care to know and you're good to go for the day, we sure hope you have a great day. Make sure to check back in every once in a while and use the interactive radar with the East Tennessee Weather app. That's going to be your greatest tool as you head off to lunch today and those storms start to fire up. So download it by go to the Google Play Store or the App Store and searching East TN Weather, all one word. Now, Friday's going to bring us some rain early in the morning, remember, and then not much activity expected as we get into the weekend, maybe a little bit of light rain on Sunday. So here's the big picture risk. If anybody travels, the biggest bullseye for severe weather is going to be Kansas City, Columbus, Ohio, up near Detroit, Michigan. But that stretches all the way down the Tennessee Valley associated with this low pressure and this cold front. And you can see how that's all going to work its way through the area. So again, we do have that chance for some strong to severe thunderstorms, isolated in nature, if we can tap in to the energy up in the atmosphere. And then as we go from a Thursday to Friday, there's our next risk for severe weather. The bullseye is going to be St. Louis and Paducah, Kentucky, associated with another storm system that's going to be racing its way out of the Rockies and produce a severe weather risk right along the leading edge of the cold front near the low pressure system. That's the storm that's going to be swinging into our area tomorrow night into Friday morning, and it's going to pack a punch. It's going to be in Nashville by midnight tomorrow night, and then it settles its way into East Tennessee. So it is going to make for a rather soggy start to our Friday morning. morning. So showers and thunderstorms throughout the day today. Showers and thunderstorms again tomorrow night into Friday morning. And then that risk shifts off to our southeast as everything begins to quiet down. But we'll see some decent rain associated with this system. Not a ton, not a major soakers, but some decent rain as these two systems swing their way through the area. We'll likely pick up about, I'd say half an inch to an inch of rain at most. All right, so 85 degrees on Thursday. That's going to be our warmest day. Then we cool into the mid-70s. More seasonable weather on Saturday, below average weather Sunday, Monday. And then we're back to those seasonal averages as we get into our Tuesday. No major cold spells when we're talking frost or freezing conditions. Temperatures stay above freezing all through the weekend. So we've been talking about this cool pocket of air moving its way through, but as we round out the month and start the month of May, we may, no point intended, be trending above average. So we'll see how it all plays out. Again, download the East Tennessee Weather app. Stay on top of the storms that will fire up today and during the overnight hours. Make sure you turn on your notifications and to receive push notifications because that's important if severe weather is moving its way on through. Just go to the Google Play Store or the App Store and search EastTN Weather, all one word.
When you're ready for replacement windows, we offer high-quality, energy-efficient windows in many styles and colors. We want to help you improve your home's curb appeal. Free in-home estimate with upfront prices. No games or gimmicks. No high-pressure sales tactics. Double hung, picture, slider, casement, and architectural shapes. We offer them all. We've got a window for every home and a window for every budget.
Since 1982, Mike Stevens Homes has built a place for your most cherished and treasured memories. We know the events that take place within the walls of our homes are the stuff of life, and we don't take that responsibility lightly. Our design process starts with you. Every home we build is as unique as the person or the family we're building for. I'm Mike Stevens, and I'd love to talk to you about your new home in your new neighborhood. Let us create the perfect place for your memories of baby's first steps, Thanksgiving with your parents, grandparents, and cousins, and the million treasured moments you'll be thinking of 20 years from now. Mike Stevens Homes doesn't build houses. We build places where your memories happen.
You're watching East Tennessee Weather. Weather when you want it.
Hi, everyone. Sure hope you have a great day. Looks like we're going to be tracking a line of showers and thunderstorms rolling through today, and it's going to be during the late morning and early afternoon hours. So give me a little bit of time. I'll walk you through the forecast here. Thursday will be partly cloudy and mostly dry, but Thursday night into Friday morning, we've got another round of showers and thunderstorms that will move on through. And then that secondary cold front is going to be the one that drops our temperatures as we get into the weekend. So the Storm Prediction Center has put us once again under a level 1 risk. That's a marginal risk. When they look at the risk associated with severe weather, it just means that it's going to be more isolated in nature. So maybe a couple of isolated strong to severe thunderstorms. So from now through noon, we've seen a little bit of radar return, but most of that's probably evaporating. The atmosphere is pretty dry in the low levels. But as we get into the lunch hour, here come those showers and thunderstorms. So we'll go from noon to 3. And you'll see how these showers and thunderstorms will fire up. Now, I do anticipate south of Interstate 40 have the greatest risk for seeing some isolated strong to severe thunderstorms. That's where we have a little bit more storm energy, if you will. And that's going to last through about 4 or 5 o'clock today, at which point the storms will start to come down as we get into the evening commute, dinner, and bedtime tonight. But the Southern Valley is the area where we could see some of the heaviest rain. So maybe pick it up nearly a half an inch, third to a half an inch there. Everyone else probably not going to pick up nearly as much. So for the forecast for the day today, we start off nice and mild. We're in the 60s. We're going to be in the mid 70s by lunchtime. Our goal today is going to be in the low, mid, and upper 70s. So a little bit cooler than what we had yesterday. Listen, we made it to 84 yesterday. I mean, it was a nice day for sure. So we're going to be in the 70s today thanks to the clouds and the rain. By 6, 8, and 10 o'clock tonight, we'll stay in the 60s and 70s, so not a bad evening. And the other side of the story is going to be the wind. So today, yes, we still have the wind. So not only do we have the showers and thunderstorms, a couple of isolated strong thunderstorms, the wind is going to be cranking, gusting to about 20, 25, maybe upwards of 30, 35 miles per hour at times, but below wind advisory criteria. Then as we go from Thursday into Friday, we have another risk for strong thunderstorms, but hold on. This doesn't tell you the whole story. Watch this. As I mentioned, most of Thursday is going to be on the dry side. So we'll start off with partly cloudy skies. We'll become mostly sunny. It's really going to be a nice Thursday. It's going to be a warm Thursday as well. That's going to be the warm before the storm. And our next storm system approaches late Thursday into early Friday. Watch this. This is midnight. Tomorrow night, here comes our storm. So we go from midnight to 6, 7 a.m., and you can see how that storm is going to blast its way through the area. So we are looking at the possibility of some strong thunderstorms late Thursday into early Friday morning. And then as we get to the day on Friday, we'll see some quieter weather conditions on the way. It looks like we'll be trending on the drier side on into our Saturday. But again, you add these 2 days worth of rainfall up, and we could see some decent rain across parts of East Tennessee. 3-day forecast, we'll go 77 degrees today, 85 tomorrow. And then Friday, we're going to be back into the mid-70s. So tomorrow's going to be another warm and breezy day. Near records, but doesn't look like any records will be broken on into our Thursday. Let's talk rain chances for a second and go to the big picture. Talk about the big picture pattern. By the way, if this is all you care to know and you're good to go for the day, we sure hope you have a great day. Make sure to check back in every once in a while and use the interactive radar with the East Tennessee Weather app. That's going to be your greatest tool as you head off to lunch today and those storms start to fire up. So download it by go to the Google Play Store or the App Store and searching East TN Weather, all one word. Now, Friday's going to bring us some rain early in the morning, remember, and then not much activity expected as we get into the weekend, maybe a little bit of light rain on Sunday. So here's the big picture risk. If anybody travels, the biggest bullseye for severe weather is going to be Kansas City, Columbus, Ohio, up near Detroit, Michigan. But that stretches all the way down the Tennessee Valley associated with this low pressure and this cold front. And you can see how that's all going to work its way through the area. So again, we do have that chance for some strong to severe thunderstorms, isolated in nature, if we can tap in to the energy up in the atmosphere. And then as we go from a Thursday to Friday, there's our next risk for severe weather. The bullseye is going to be St. Louis and Paducah, Kentucky, associated with another storm system that's going to be racing its way out of the Rockies and produce a severe weather risk right along the leading edge of the cold front near the low pressure system. That's the storm that's going to be swinging into our area tomorrow night into Friday morning, and it's going to pack a punch. It's going to be in Nashville by midnight tomorrow night, and then it settles its way into East Tennessee. So it is going to make for a rather soggy start to our Friday morning. So showers and thunderstorms throughout the day today, showers and thunderstorms again tomorrow night into Friday morning, and then that risk shifts off to our southeast as everything begins to quiet down. But we'll see some decent rain associated with this system. Not a ton, not a major soakers, but some decent rain as these two systems swing their way through the area. We'll likely pick up about, I'd say half an inch to an inch of rain at most. All right, so 85 degrees on Thursday. That's going to be our warmest day. Then we cool into the mid-70s. More seasonable weather on Saturday, below average weather Sunday, Monday, and then we're back to those seasonal averages as we get into our Tuesday. No major cold spells when we're talking frost or freezing conditions. Temperatures stay above freezing all through the weekend. So we've been talking about this cool pocket of air moving its way through, but as we round out the month and start the month of May, we may, no point intended, be trending above average. So we'll see how it all plays out. Again, download the East Tennessee Weather app. Stay on top of the storms that will fire up today and during the overnight hours. Make sure you turn on your notifications and to receive push notifications because that's important if severe weather is moving its way on through. Just go to the Google Play Store or the App Store and search East TN Weather, all one word.